Hey guys!
Let's do this. We're gonna read this screen.
That's not Wikipedia, but it's so much more reliable.
Town of Abingdon, Oxfordshire County, 1994. Oh, you're right. They are British. Probably.
I don't know.
Oxfordshire?
Oxfordshire?
That has to be England.
That sounds like somewhere in the UK.
It does.
So,
I came to this town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in an investigation.
oh,
Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I have seen thousands of strange things in my life.
this text
even
is
though I
really
have.
hard for me to read. I don't know why.
I've
but-
seen many crimes, yes.
I think it's because of the gray, and then there's a white
White,
outline
and
and,
then
a
dark gray.
black,
Oh.
and it's just there's a lot
Ugh.
going on.
Ugh.
Yes, some difficult to solve. What? But all of them were human.
Oh, of course.
Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that they are people like anyone else.
Not kitties or kangaroos.
In this
Heaven
case.
forbid.
I don't think I'm able to say the same thing.
Oh yeah, the text is changing color on me constantly.
Yeah,
this is awful.
it's so hard to read.
Truth is that I can't understand what happened.
Oh, those darn kitties. What are you going to do?
I was called for the disappearance of a man named Matthew Graham.
Oh, what an odd
23
name.
years. Single. The
That's a
last
22 years
time he
old.
was seen, he was returning home from a Halloween party. After he shagged a girl, he had drank alcohol, but was still sober. Or at least that's what witnesses said. Anyway, this is not something which can be explained with simple drunkenness. And yes,
No.
I am going to keep on changing the accent. I'm
Yes.
good with it.
He apparently got lost on the way home and decided to enter the forest called Oakwood.
Oakwood?
It had rained yesterday, so the ground was wet and muddy.
But
he
we
could not
couldn't
have,
find any tracks.
he could not have been pulled into a sinkhole.
No.
No. We could easily find his traces, which were leading deep inside the forest.
And there were kitty tracks following him.
Oh, and some kangaroo tracks.
Oh no. Okay.
That
A kangaroo with a
It's a
dragging leg.
It's a cat and a kangaroo working together.
Oh no.
It's gotta be it.
The kitties
I'm calling
gets
it right
in the
now.
kangaroo's little pouch.
Boom.
Bam.
Mystery solved.
That makes sense. Case closed.
Apparently, he walked for 3 hours before stopping.
Why?
I say, stop. But the truth is, we don't know what happened then, because the tracks stop almost as if he was swallowed whole.
Oh no! My little kitty bean feet! Oh.
The track suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest, and that's all. End of the game. Bye!
Hi guys! Hope you enjoyed it!
There was no evidence of struggle, no other trace.
Except for kitty bean feet.
or pieces of clothing on the ground.
Well, there was that one bloody cloth,
there was
but...
no blood. No blood. No more footsteps, not even bean ones.
Oh no!
Or anything
What
else.
about kangaroos?
What are they doing with the spacing in this game? This is a text-based game. You have to get the spacing right, guys.
The depth of his last footprints and the position they were in indicated that he was still walking. He didn't stop like the 3 teenagers who
Ah.
stood still for forever because they ain't scared.
They're scared. They don't want to walk for 2 hours. He walked for 3 hours, and he was scared.
Totally different.
Yeah, totally different. Yeah.
At no point he stood still. It was as if he had vaporized in the air or been swallowed whole with all his clothes in the middle of his walk. Obviously, I can't believe such a thing.
Oh no!
But I can't give another
It's
explanation.
the kangaroo that lives in the trees.
Seriously, it's terrifying.
Oh, those things are so scary.
The only thing I remember is that near the footprints, I sensed a faint smell of rot.
He didn't smell it. He sensed it.
Yes.
All right.
However, there were no animal corpses nearby.
No.
It is ridiculous to think he suddenly started to decay and become earth. In the end, the case was closed in just 3 days because we couldn't find him. With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything but that he decided to escape from the village.
So we climbed trees and decided to swing through trees instead
Why wouldn't
of...
he take a car to escape the village?
Yeah.
It's not like he's being held there against his will.
Well, the kangaroo might be holding him against
The
his will.
kangaroo might be
Yeah,
holding him
yeah.
against his will. Not that I blame the kangaroo, because the kangaroo would have to hold me against my will too.
Yeah, it's very true.
However, while officially there was no more to do, I couldn't sleep in peace, so I went back to the scene of the crime and got swallowed whole. I don't even know how you're reading this. Thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. In my mind, I thought all sorts of theories, like maybe everything was a plan
little
developed by
kitties.
Matthew. But in the end, they all seemed impossible. He could not have gotten airlifted out. No. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise, I found 4 more.
But they were
young men.
never, they were never talked about. There was just this one
no,
that
not
was
at
written
all.
about. So,
The story was always the same. They walked into the forest alone, disappearing without trace.
No.
Without trace.
Without trace.
So obviously the 3 boys are fine because they're not alone.
No, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date, October 31st.
That doesn't raise any alarms.
No. Why would
Really?
Why would it? All
Really?
of them? And
Okay.
no one really cared. They're just like, oh,
Seriously.
they'll come back.
They'll
They-
show up one day.
they
It's
just-
cool.
They just wanted to go for a walk.
There are
They'll come-
no problems
Yeah.
here.
But there is more. A detail that completely eliminates the possibility that there is a killer or kidnapper behind this. And that is the separation of the years. Roger Bacon.
All right.
His last name is Bacon.
Bacon!
Disappeared in 1924.
And it was devastating because Kevin Bacon missed him so much.
Mitchell Smith disappeared in 1867.
Okay.
Okay. Jason Black, Jack Black's long-lost relative, disappeared in 1830.
Oh, he was
That's why Jack
devastated.
Black has never talked of him again because he died
Yes.
in 1800s.
Yes.
And the worst of all, Oswald Taylor
Oh, no.
disappeared in 1707.
This village has been here for such a long time.
Seriously, I feel like that's way too much of a gap. Like this should be a little more methodical.
It simply couldn't be possible. My curiosity led me to dig deeper. It must be the occult. I thought that the answer may be in the past of the forest. It was then when I discovered that what seemed to be a simple and boring forest actually hid a great story. Before it was called Oakwood or Oaks Forest, the place was called Witchwood. Because which wood is it? The word witch has huge similarities with witch.
No. Why would you say such a thing? They're spelled totally different.
One has a Y and one has an I. How could they ever be related?
They are not. They could call it Litchwood, but then that wouldn't make sense.
Taking into consideration that it is an old name and language change. No!
Language changes over time.
Language never
Nothing changes over time.
Nothing.
Ever.
Nothing.
Things always stay the same.
Yes.
That indicates that it was the Forest of Witches.
No. There were so many witches just because it was called
Seriously.
Witchwood.
Apparently, more than 400 years ago, the people of the village believed witches lived in the woods. Unfortunately, almost all the information is already lost.
The
because
witches
it was
took
1700s.
it! Ah, those darn witches!
It's because it got burned at the stake along with the witches.
Yeah, man. Those
Too
darn-
soon?
Yeah, too soon. Poor witches.
They were told stories. They were stories told in voice, almost like oral history, without a properly written record. It's almost like that's how stories were passed down for years.
No!
I just know that with the change of religion to Christian, people stopped seeing the witches with good eyes and began to hunt them.
Nope. Bill
Because
mistakes.
nobody did that before.
No.
Apparently.
Only Christians hated
Yeah.
witches. No one
Duh.
else burned witches ever.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, the last one before her death cast a curse on the forest, which even today should continue to exist. Anyway, obviously, I cannot accept something like that as the answer.
Of course not.
In the end, I have no other choice than accepting that each one of them escaped from the village.
Yes. That makes more sense. You know, I wanted to go in the woods and I wanted to escape because I couldn't
That's
get
how
out any other way.
That's how I would leave.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just walk out of town.
No.
I would wait until All Hallows Eve, walk into the
Well,
forest, and just leave that way.
Yeah.
Like magically jump up into the trees so that way I don't leave a trail.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why would you want to leave any other way? Like, come on, guys.
Using the legend of the forest to make it look like it was something supernatural because these were all planned.
Yes, because Witchwood means there's witches.
Okay. So come back next time, guys, and we'll find out what else is in store for us with this game.
Yeah, I mean, that took a long time to read that darn guy's article.
That's a long article
That
for
was
this
all.
game.
Yeah, that was. But all right.
Come back next time.
See you soon. Bye.